Okay, so we're going to be analyzing data. When you hear this, I'm not sure if you've heard this said before, measures of central tendency. Technically, those are like measures of the average. An average can be one of any three things, although typically we usually call the average the mean. That's kind of the common language. And so to find this, I'm sure you know we take 7 plus 9, we add up all the numbers, plus 4, plus 3, plus 4, plus 8. In this case, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So divide by 6. To get a fraction on Inspire, hit Control. Whoops, be careful on that one. Maybe copy and paste and then Control Enter. So we get 5.833. So one measure of center is 5.83 repeating. And so we have, which makes sense, the 5 is somewhere in the middle there, but another measure of center is the median. So to find the median, I'm sure you probably know this as well, but let's just see. So to find the median, you first want to order the numbers in order. So I'm going to put those in order. 3, 4, 4, 7, 8, 9. So you find the middle number. In this case, like some students do this, you've probably seen this before. Cross out the smallest and biggest. These two numbers are in the middle, so I have to find the average of 4 and 7. So you add them up and divide by 2, right? So 4 plus 7, divide by 2, Control Enter. We get 5.5. So 5.5 is our median. So our mean is 5.83. Another measure of center is a measure of central tendency. There is a median of 5.5. And the mode is the most repeated term. And you can probably tell what the mode is here. There's a 4 and a 4. It's really the only term that's been repeated. And so 4 is the mode. We don't use that a ton to describe the center, but sometimes we will refer to the mode in a question. So identifying outliers. So sometimes an outlier is easier to see when you put the numbers in order. But the number, there's not an exact definition when it's substantially different from the rest of the data set. So if we first put this data set in order, so let's try to do that here. So it looks like 56 is the smallest number, and then it's going to cross that out as we go. So that's, let's see, 59. There's a couple 59s. Here's a 65, 65, 73, and a 98. And if you look at them in order here, you can kind of see like 59 through 65, 73, not too bad. They're kind of close, but this one looks like an outlier. So it's probably going to be an outlier here. It's more obvious to tell that number really sticks out. It's so much bigger than the rest of the numbers. And so we would probably just call that an outlier. Box or whiskers plots. So this is a type of plot. You have to first, oh good, these are in order. And so you want to find the middle number, like the median. So let's do that first here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 terms. So I really want like half 15 is 7.5. I want the eighth term, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this would be the median. All right, let's just double check. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers to the left of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers to the right. So that is the median of the data. Now, if you want to find a box and whiskers plot, we also have to identify some other numbers. So this is the minimum, and this is the max. And now we've kind of, that median really splits the data into two sets. So there's this set of numbers and this set of numbers to the right of the median here. So there's 7 in each set of numbers there. And so if I find the middle number there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the median of the lower half of the data. That has a name. It's called Q1. And these 7 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the median of the upper half, and it is called Q3. And so to draw a box plot or a box and whisker plot, sometimes called just a box plot, you want to put a scale on in the like kind of down below here, and you want it to be somewhat accurate. So like this is not really written out very nicely here. So I want like at the most I need 100, probably 18 at the smallest, but I might even go down to 0 here. So I'm just going to go 0. Yeah, that's about 50. That's about 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's like 60, 70, 80, 90. Trying to get this somewhat accurate here. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So I'm going to plot just those. It's called the 5-number summary. I need the minimum value, which is 18, which is somewhere. I'm going to plot it up above here. So about 18 is right there. That's the minimum value. Q1 is 52, so that's right about here. That's Q1. That's the minimum. The median is 68, somewhere about here. That's the median. 87 is right about here. That's Q3. And 100 is right there. And that's the max. And so we're going to draw now a box that goes kind of like from Q1 to Q3, goes through those points and kind of does that. We put a line in the middle. That's the box. It's called a box and whiskers. There's a box with a median, not necessarily in the middle. You notice it looks almost a little bit more to the left there. And then the whiskers goes from kind of here to that point and here to that point. So that's how to make a box and whiskers plot. You have to put the numbers in order. So if you want to think about put the numbers in order, order the numbers. Step 2, you want to identify the 5-number summary. Step 3, plot those 5 numbers. And step 4, draw your box and whiskers. Draw the box and whiskers, the box plot. And so the biggest thing, again, Q3 is like the median of the top half of the data. Q1 is the median of the bottom half of the data. Let's try this again. So this time, maybe not going to go all the way from 0. I'm just going to I'll go up to 100 for sure. Let's make this like 70. So in the middle would be 85, I guess. So 75, 80. I'm just trying to do a pretty good scale. It's hard to do one exact, but 90, 95. So I'm going to plot let me get my 5-number summary here. So I know my minimum. I know my maximum. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 terms. So in the middle are these 2 terms right here. So the median is actually 86.5 is the median, the average of those 2 numbers. If I look at the top half of it, so this is kind of the middle of the data there. This is the top half of the data. This is the bottom half of the data. So I've got 4 terms in each. I've got to find the median of those, or the middle of those 2 numbers. So if I add them together and divide by 2, let's do that. 87 plus 94. Divide by 2. Put a decimal point in there, that automatically gives me a decimal, so I get 90.5. So 90.5 is the median of the top half of the data. I find the median of these 2, that would be 79.5. So to plot those 5 numbers, the 5 number summary. So 77, right about here, up above here. 79.5 is right about here. 86.5, somewhere in this neighborhood. 90.5 and 99. So the box, it goes, again, this is really Q1 right here. This is Q3. So it kind of goes from Q1 to Q3. You kind of draw a box there. Draw your line for the median. Connect these. And we got it. And so this tells us it's just a different way of viewing the data. So it doesn't actually mean that there's like more data. Actually, each of these, if you think about like exactly 25% of the data is between 90 and 100. Exactly 25% of the data is between 80, I guess 6.5 and 90.5 there. Exactly 25% of the data is between, I guess, around 79.5 and 86.5. And exactly 25% of the data is there. So each one of those colors represent 25% of the data. So on the bottom end here, you can see the data is very scrunched in. It's very much scrunched in. Here on the top half, it's more spread out. And so it's just kind of a different way of looking at the data. I'm going to show you how to do a box and whiskers plot in your calculator. So just going to take a minute here. So go to list and spreadsheet. Let's type in the data, 77, 79, 80, 86, 87, 87, 94, and 99. So I'm going to call that data some name. I'm going to call it data. Or maybe test scores. I'll call it test. So now I'm going to hit the home key and go to the data statistics and choose the only variable there is, test. If I go menu, graph, plot type, that's what it is, plot type, box plot. It will actually draw a box plot for me. If I hover over it, it says, okay, the minimum is 77, Q1 is 79.5, the median is 86.5, Q3 is 90.5, just make sure we got all right there, and the max is 99. So it actually looks very similar to what we've drawn here. One of the cool things I like is you actually click here and see the data. You can see there's actually data, it shows you all the actual data in there, which is kind of neat that it shows you all those. But you see it's more spread out on the right, but more scrunched together, where that whisker is kind of short, the data is more scrunched together there. So that's how to do box and whiskers and basic mean, median, and mode. Have a good day.